Good afternoon, traders. This is Anka Metcalf with TradeOutLoud.com. Today is Monday, August 26, 2013, and it is exactly 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We usually look at the markets during the weekend and after the markets close on Saturdays and Sundays, but for today, we have waited for Sunday to open and for Monday to see if there is new direction or if there is new particular action that is going on. So we are in the last week of August and we're experiencing very low volume, but of course this is not going to stop us in any way into finding a good trade. But we usually find a trade and we posted our favorite trade of the week before Monday New York open. But in this case, we decided to wait. So the fact that we don't have a lot of economic events going on this week, we're not going to expect a lot of price movement in these the currency market. But we do identify a potential trade in the pound dollar. And right in front of us, we have a chart of the pound dollar. And this is a daily chart of the pound dollar. So as you can see here, from this date, and this is in July 10th actually, when this green rocket bar started forming. So since this July candlestick formed right here that actually took the trend higher, retraced and took it to new highs in past 1.700, very close of challenging this previous daily high right here that I have onto the daily chart. So we have seen a smooth action to the upside and a really nice textbook continuous action to the upside. Now, does this currency pair have more upside into it, or is it due for a correction to the bottom of this ascending trend line? Well, this is the question right here. And for that, we're going to zoom into a smaller time frame chart. But before we do that, I just wanted to show you that I have drawn the retracement from this previous swing low. So from this heavy support area on the daily chart, from a double bottom formation to the swing high that was formed last week. So in this section, you can see the 23.6% fib retracement line right here into this area. Now, we all know that this is a very important number, especially in a news-driven activity. So this is the area, so where we're expecting some news, this is the area that we can expect currencies, or regardless of the asset class you're trading, we're expecting a bounce off that area. Now, in regular market conditions, a healthy retracement is into the 38.2 area. And you can see right here that this area coincides with this ascending trend line. So, the question is this currency pair going to go higher, or is it going to retrace into the 38.2%? Well, for this, let's zoom into our 4-hour chart. That is going to give us a lot of information on what's about to happen. Okay, so we do have a heavy support area that was formed, and in this case, the support area was formed right here at this candlestick low of 5537, right here into this area. And you can see that it has been basing quite bullishly into the previous close and into today's open, today's session, today's open right here marked by the blue line at 5580 approximate fulcrum area. So If you are a scalper, if you are a very aggressive trader, you can look to buy over this fulcrum area 5580 and place a protective stop below this pivot right here, and you can expect a first target into the previous day's high into 5650, also a fulcrum area, and then you can expect another target into this full retracement right here, right a little above 5700, 5710, 5715 area. So this is a very, very aggressive call, and especially for those of you that are very active traders and dedicate more time in spending in front of the computer or on your smartphones, or keep a close eye on it on your tablets. So this is for a short-term trader. Now for a medium-term trader, you want to see a clear of the 5700 of the 5600 area, which is right here. So you're giving it a little bit of extra room to confirm that it has the power to be attracted by this whole number, and therefore price action creating a pressure and continuing higher into 5700. So therefore this is the trade that we're actually going to look into initiating. So we will look for a trade above 1.5600 with a protective stop below this area of 5537. So this is of approximate 63 pips risk. We're going to look at the first target into a whole number again, and that's going to be 1.5700, and this is exactly for a 100 pip move. And the second target, we're going to look for 1.5750, which is a little bit higher, very, very close. And you know what, for this I'm going to move to the daily chart, and this is, you see the cursor right here, right around this area. So this is our second target area. So the top of this pivot right here is our second target area, and that would make for approximately 150 pips. Now remember that this is an area of congestion onto the daily chart, and a lot of traders are going to set targets in this area, and you should expect some profit taking around this area. And remember, there are a lot of counter trend traders that are going to look to short this area. So this would be a second target that would be attained, and for a profit over 150 pips. Now if you're a longer term trader, you can look for a third target into 1.5800 level, which is right around into this area where my cursor is right now. This will also coincide with the top of the ascending line right here into this area, and it's also going to match this previous high formed from back in February 2013. So these are the three areas that we are looking for. So the first target 5700, we're looking for a profit of 100 pips. The second level 5750, we're looking for 150 pips, and target 3 1.5800, and we're looking for 200 pips. Now let's go back to the 4-hour chart and look to see this congestion area. Now if you recall, on August 12th, we made a call on the pound dollar, and we're actually long in this trade at 1.5480. So we're currently up in this trade, and we're looking at this location for a possible add and reduce. Now, what does this mean? Well, what it means is that if it will trade beyond 1.5700, we will reduce our stop and our risk right below this pivot at 1.5537, and therefore we're going to lock in the trade at this point. So we will look for more upside into the previous mentioned targets. So this only applies if you have been in this trade from an earlier move. And like I said, we initiated the trade on August 12th, and we're in since 1.5480. This was all for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any other questions, make sure You send us an email at info@tradeoutloud.com, and make sure you go to our Facebook page for more updates on this trade and many more trades that we are posting there. So for Facebook, it's facebook.com/tradeoutloud. This is all for today. See you next week. Thank you.